Welcome everyone. Welcome to Where Blues Walk. We don't have our regular host Mark with us, but you're joined by myself, Jason, and Paul, where we're going to be discussing the January transfer window. Just before we start that, I hope everyone's had a very Merry Christmas. So, Paul, what do you think, mate? What do you think we need?
A goalkeeper. I think number one is somebody in the sticks. I think both of them have showed that they've both got their qualities, but I don't think either of them are at this level at the moment.
Yeah, I kind of feel for James Beadle because he's. I think you can see there's a real keeper there, but I think a keeper is probably something we need as well.
He's going to go on to have a really good career, Beadle. I think with the pressure that happened, look what we did to Peacock Farrell last season.
Yeah.
You make a couple of mistakes in the Blues goal and you become public enemy number one. I think he's gone on to Blackpool now, and I've seen a lot of Blackpool fans that rate him and think he's a decent keeper. So I think Allsop did well for us last season, but I think that is probably his level. I think this level he gets caught out a little bit. So I think a decent keeper, that somebody for the future and somebody that we can put our own efforts into, that can be in the sticks for a couple of seasons and not. Look, I think Beadle's going to be a good, fantastic keeper, but I don't think he's a keeper that we need right now.
Yeah, agreed. I think the left back, we're definitely going to have to go and get Army because Buchanan's not going to be fit anytime soon. For me, I think we need tons. I think we need a keeper. Definitely need a left back because you're not going to have Bright and Laird at right back for the foreseeable. So you're not going to sign another right back. So goalkeeper, left back. It looks like Cashin's going back, so I think we're going to need another centre back.
Yeah.
I think we need more athleticism in the centre midfield. So I'd be looking to get another central midfielder. I'd be looking to get another striker as well because it looks like Dykes is going. And to be honest, I've been his biggest pusher and tried to back him as much as I can, but I'd be looking to get rid of Kyogo at this point as well and try and reset.
I think with Kyogo, you're not going to get anything for him. So there's no one's going to look at him and go, yeah, we'll have that. We've just, what was it, 8-9 million or whatever it was scouted out. So I think with Kyogo, I think you're stuck with him. I don't think it's someone that you can offload, but I'd definitely be looking at another striker, another midfielder. I think at the moment, our starting 11, there's nobody on the bench that pushes to get into that starting 11, and I think that's what we need. I think we need some people to freshen it up a little bit and make some players worry for their spaces.
Yeah, agreed. Well, I don't know if you've seen Neil Moxley. He was reporting. It looks like we've got a bit of money to spend. So I think if we're hovering at the playoffs after these next few games, we're a couple of points off. Do these owners, do Knighthead, do Tom Wagner make a real push and back him, or do we consolidate for next season? I think they'll go for it. I do.
I think they want to go for it. I think they want to spend as little time in this league as possible. I think when you've got, even though they've got investors and they've got Amazon money coming in and all that sort of stuff, nothing competes with Premier League money, does it? And that's what they need. If they don't get Premier League money soon, there's no point in having a sports quarter, is there?
No, agreed. So, okay, so we definitely need a centre midfielder for me and definitely need a striker. Who do you think goes?
Well, I would look on to move on people like Keshi Anderson. I don't think, for me, he's just not the player that, like, he's all right, but he's not the player that I think pushes us forward and looks to get us going. I think he's one that he's only going to get, his resale value is only going to get less.
Yeah.
So I think cashing on him. I think send most of the loanies back. I think Kumas could go back. I think Cashin could go back, and I'd look at replacing them and seeing what we could do with some loan signings from other teams. But it's tough, isn't it, to pick who you could bring in. I've seen our fans talking about people like Armstrong from Southampton, and I just think, why would he? Why is he going to want to, like? It's tough. Everybody wants a 20-goal season striker, don't they?
Yeah, also I've seen the links for Chaya as well, because that's apparently something that's rumoured to be happening. He's not fancies in Torino, but we get linked with him all the time at this point.
We get linked with. It's the one thing that frustrates me about anything is going back for old players, and we should bring so and so back. if I see another person talk about Alfie May, I think it's you don't get in the Huddersfield side. And
Yeah, that's not. That's not. He's not championship level. Alfie, mate, loved him last season. What he was about, but he's not a championship player. I personally, well, it looks like Cashin's odds on to go back, and I don't blame Brighton for that because A, he's been crap, and B, he needs to be playing football. Kumas looks like he could be going back. So you got 2 loan spots there straight away. I think Dykes goes ahead of the World Cup.
He's got the World Cup to look forward to, hasn't he? So
does Leonard go?
I think if he's not going to be used, I think I would look to loan Leonard out. I think he's a young man that could become something in the future. So I'd reluctantly hang on to. I wouldn't want to let him go because I think there's a player in there. I think there's a really good player in there.
Same, but do we have the time to develop him? Here's one. Would you sell Leonard in the chance of potentially getting in something like a big, powerful presence in midfield?
Yeah, if you've got to get rid of somebody to bring somebody else in, and he's just going to go further down the pecking order, then yeah. But if I'm honest, I don't know who you would bring in and who would make the difference in this league. Is the bottom line of it. Like we can sit here and pick names all we want, but everyone thought Kyogo was going to score 20 goals, and everyone.
I mean, when he does his interview, saying what are you going to bring, and he says goals, he doesn't help himself, does he?
Yeah, but yeah, I think if we could pick up a couple of players in centre mid, I wouldn't mind some wingers, but it's looking at who's not playing in the other teams, isn't it, and seeing who's available. But if I was good at doing that, I'd be sat in Chris Davis's transfer meetings and not chatting to you on a Sunday night.
Yeah. Oh, we've just been linked with what's his name? Basel winger, Atel, I think it was that, but the Ben Jacobs from he's just linked us with him. But then again, apparently Palace are chasing him as well. So how credible that is? But
I think a big thing with us at the moment is because we've got a bit of money to spend, we get linked with everyone, don't we? So they can put the price up because they'll go, well, Birmingham will pay this for him. But I just think we need some players in that are better than what we've got on the bench just to get our players. Like I think a lot of them seem to play like they know that they're playing every week. There's no competition for spaces.
I think that's what sort of frustrates me a little bit at times as well, because Davis is very much that's my 11, which I don't mind. But you have a squad, you need to use it at times. And like against QPR, it was enforced changes, so it's just like it's not really using your squad. So yeah, I agree, and I think if we do bring stuff in as well, I would like it where he can switch it up if he needs to. Because for me, every single game we play is just like for like.
Yeah.
For Patrick Roberts, Kyogo for Dutch, Dykes comes on for Stano. It's just yeah.
And you don't mind that if you're taking off Patrick Roberts and bringing on another player at Patrick Roberts' level, then you think, okay, sound, you might come on and make a difference. But Keshi Anderson isn't that player. He isn't on Patrick Roberts' level, and all he did on Saturday was overhit every cross that he had. That's frustrating. That I just think that you're swapping like for like. You're not changing anything, and you're bringing on a worse player.
Well, whatever happens, it just sounds like we need tons, which is a kind of a mental place to be in. Seeing as we signed 12 players, was it in the summer? Crazy.
Yeah, 12 players that have come in and not. Of Tommy Doyle, Damari Gray aside, the rest of them haven't really set the world alight, have they? So
Roberts has been decent.
Yeah, Roberts, to be fair to him, yeah. But if there's nobody to cross the ball into, you can run down that wing and cut back every time you like. If there's nobody there in the box to get into the net, it's a struggle. So, but I think I look at it and I watch us play and I just think a couple of changes here, a couple of players in January, and we make a it can make a big difference and we can make a real go of it.
Yeah, agreed. Where happens, I'm glad I'm not the one that's making those decisions.
Yeah.
But trust Craig Gardner, I guess.
Well, that's I've seen things about calling for him to get the second and things like that. So it's
just isn't going to happen, is it? All these mentions of call for this person's head, call for that person's head. I very early said it my day. It's just not going to happen. They've got their team, they've got their setup. It ain't going to happen unless it goes really bad. I don't see it at all.
I think with the way that Davies picks his teams, it sometimes makes me wonder how much of a say he has in.
Well, they said it at the open house, didn't they? They have their selection process, and then Davies, to a degree, has the final say. So he has some say, which is what baffles me about. I've just remembered him. Fujimoto. He'll be one.
Yeah. There's another one isn't there as well. There's another one that doesn't get in. But they scream to me, them signings scream to me as tourist signings, shirt sales and things like that. They're signings that I think they thought might boost some shirt sales in a foreign country somewhere and things like that.
Yeah, maybe.
There are the ones that if you're not going to play them, get rid and bring somebody in that is pushing for the squad. And like if they're just sitting in the reserve sides and the under 23 is not doing anything, then look to get them out somewhere or look to get rid and bring some players in that are going to push the first 11.
What's the date now? So as we're speaking right now, I'm gonna try and make my calls. I think gone. Fujimoto, he's got to go. Samstead, I think he'll be gone. I think Dogs will go. Cashin will go, and then I think Kumas will go. I think that's where I think they're the five. I don't think we lose any more than that, but I wouldn't be against us losing any more than that. But they're my five, and I'll revisit it come end of January. See if I'm.
Well, it's got to be careful, because if we shift out too many, we're looking. We'll be looking too low. But there was rumours about Robinson going back to Sheffield as well, isn't there? So.
I mean, if that's an option, I'll drive him if he wants.
But that's another space that needs filling, isn't it? It's. I'm just looking at the squad now, and if Fujimoto's not going to play, then you might as well get rid. Dykes looks like he's going. Kumas could go back. But they're looking at it now. With Williamson, looks like when's he coming back? Like
he's
Scott Wright. Scott Wright's another one. He's out. Like if they're not going to get time this season, then what can you do with unfit players? You can't even sell them, can you? So it's. But I think someone to push the midfield. Everybody wants a goal-scoring striker, so you'd want one of them even if Stano had got 30 goals this season. You'd still want somebody up front, someone else up front. So, I just think it's strengthening looking at players that can actually come in. I think my biggest one is the goalkeeper. I think the goalkeeper has cost us so many times this season that it's the biggest problem for me.
You don't want your number one being alone either, do you? Like you someone to have that confidence in. So I agree. Keeper's a big one as well.
But I think a part of it's down that I think we've killed their confidence. I think the fan base is split right down the middle of Team Allsop and Team Beadle. And as soon as one does something wrong, the other set of fans piles on all over them. And then Davies swaps and changes. And I just think it can kill the confidence of a keeper, can't it? And they can.
Where do you see it? Beadle or Allsop?
I think I would go with Beadle. I think yes, he's made some silly mistakes. The ball's gone through him, but in the one game where the ball went through him, he also made 3 or 4 saves that I don't think Ryan Allsop makes.
Yeah, agreed.
And I think Allsop's a little bit better with his distribution, but I don't think he's much better than Beadle with his distribution. And
agreed.
I just think Ryan Allsop is, what is he, 32, 33?
Something like that.
He's coming to the end, whereas Beadle is already as good as Allsop and only going to get better.
Yeah, agreed. For me, I just look at it. If someone's going through 1-on-1, this might sound a bit harsh, but who do I have more confidence in? For me, it's Beadle. I think he's just the better goalkeeper.
I think Beadle's problem is that I think it could be a concentration thing. Like it's long distance shots where they come in at a flash where you think potentially took his eye off the ball, and he's not got down quick enough because he's maybe not concentrating. But that's something that comes with the experience of the game, isn't it? And I just think Allsop did exactly the same for their cross on Saturday. He should have done better when the ball was crossed in, and it cost us a goal. But they both do it. But I think a part of us has to remember that if they were world-class top keepers, they don't play for us. They're not going to come to us.
Yeah, great.
But yeah, my wish list, my what I want Father Christmas to bring me in for Christmas is a top goalkeeper, a Kyogo goal, and some away wins.
Pigs will fly before that happens, mate.
Yeah. So yeah, but no, that's my transfer thing. I think the goalkeeper is my number one, and then I think a left back is probably. I think if we don't bring in a left back and don't bring in a goalkeeper, we haven't had a successful transfer window.
Goalkeeper and another central midfielder for me, and then I'll see what else we do. Fingers crossed, though. See what happens come end of January.
Yeah. Hopefully we're cleaning off that promotion party bus.
Yeah. Right. Happy to call it a day there, mate.
Yeah, sound.
Right, anyone that's still watching, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Do we just leave this or?
I don't know.
So we can't stop the recording, can we, sir?
All right, let's just double check the email.
Well, I'm guessing we just leave and they can end the recording when it. So.
Yeah, they're the host. They'll have to. Got fingers crossed.
All right, sound. I hope you have a good Christmas. I'll see you in January.
Yeah, sound you too.
Ta-da.